Hello, Caroline here. In this video, I'm going to talk about a favourite practice of mine, and it really is about how being present in your garden is such a powerful way to supercharge the healing of body and mind that you can get from food growing and also being in nature. We know that eating freshly picked food is full of nutrients and minerals, and it's like food and medicine when we're eating from our gardens. And we also know that being in nature, being outside, in forests, in gardens, anywhere around plants is really, really good for our well-being and for healing. So when we combine those two things, it's really, really powerful. And there are numerous benefits to food forest bathing, as I call it, which I'm going to talk about in this video. So what is it to start with? So what I'm talking about is simply just being present in your garden or in nature. So you don't have to really do anything apart from it's what you're not doing. So you're not on listening to stuff on your headphones, you're not having a conversation necessarily. You could be present while you're having a conversation, you can be present while you're listening to things, but for the biggest benefit, just try it without any of those distractions to start with, and you only have to do it for a few minutes. So it's coming back into your body, taking a few deep breaths. Coming back to the breath and taking your awareness from your head and into your heart. And then from there, you're tuning into your senses. So really feeling, what do you feel? What can you feel on your skin? What can you hear? What do you feel in your body? And just being in that presence of this moment. If you like, you can feel roots going down into the ground. I love this. From your feet, going down into the earth, really connecting you with the roots of your plants and all of the creatures that are growing in the soil. And then from this place of presence, when we then go into our gardens and actually garden, like plant things and look after our gardens, there are a number of benefits for this. So when we're more present, we're much more likely to do the right. We can be more effective in our gardening. So we know we're practicing our intuition and connecting with nature and plants. So we know what is right for our plants. And you might not get this straight away, and it doesn't mean you have to always be right, but when we develop this over time, we know instinctively where a plant should be or what it needs, whether it needs more water, whether it needs more nutrients. You know, gardening is so varied. Like, you can look as much as you like for information externally on the internet. You can see so much different advice about growing gardens, but you cannot ever get it specifically for your own garden. You have to intuit that yourself. And there's general guidelines, but this is how to apply it in your own space. So that helps you grow more food, just simply being present and developing that relationship with your garden, going out into your garden and just asking your garden. Sometimes I walk around and I'll be like, what do I need to know? Like, what does the garden need today? And then my attention will be drawn to a certain plant, to a certain area of my garden. And secondly, when we are present, when we're eating food, we can absorb this healing just from being in nature. So it's not just when we're consuming nature, we can absorb it just from being in nature. But when we do then go and pick something from our spaces, like when we go and pick some salad or pick a herb or pick some fruit, whatever it is, if we are then connecting to the energetics of that piece of food and really feeling it when we're eating it, so like really tuning into it and being like, imagining, like feeling the aliveness of it as it goes into our body, and even setting an intention that that is going to bring us energy or vitality or whatever we want, then that really supercharges the effect, the healing effects of the food that we eat from our gardens. So healing works on two different levels. It's energetic and it's also physical, and the energetic side is just as important as the physical side. And so when you combine the both of them, it's really, really powerful. So when you start gardening and you go into your garden, you've got a few things. You ask your garden, you know, what does it need doing? What does it need? It's really easy when you're growing a garden to have a long to-do list of things to do. Now, there is a lot to do when you're growing food. So you have all of these tasks and you go outside and you think about, oh yeah, I've got to do that, I've got to do that, I've got to do this and this and this, and it gets really busy and you might feel a little bit stressed out by the amount of things you have to do. You might even feel overwhelmed and be focusing on what your garden should look like or what the crops should turn out like. But the thing is, in order to really supercharge your well-being from your food garden, the key is to embrace the moment, embrace the healing in every single moment. So it's not about the final result, it's not about how many vegetables or fruit that you grow or how big they are or how tasty they are. It's not about what your garden looks like, it's not about any of that. It's about the journey. It's about healing and being present in every single moment of the journey. Look at when you're gardening, look at a leaf, look at the way the light lands on a leaf or a drop of water, or the way that an insect is buzzing around a flower, and really look at that as if you're looking at it from the first time, as if a child looks at it. So look with wonder and curiosity. You can start straight away with healing from nature. So before your plants have grown, even if there's nothing ready to pick, you can go out in your space and just soak in the healing powers of nature without even growing any food.